don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Listen here, this is a fact of life. I be rapping like Nat Turner came back to life. Grab Donald Trump by the pussy, he ain't acting right. I never run from a conflict, I be glad to fight. It's a very cold world that we living in. Somebody please tell Elizabeth you're not an Indian. You just trying to con them people to get the benefit. Just another immigrant, stealing from the Indians. That's some punk ass shit and that's too lame. Now we finna step over to Andrew Yang. And you a sucker, you could never speak for black folks. Fake ass pandemic, trying to get the black votes. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You know your boy be high off sativa. Kamala wasn't popping, so we said bye Felicia. She ain't had a right policy. We ain't trying to meet her. Y'all can take Biden too. Bye, we don't need her. We don't need Roland Martin or that coon Al Sharpton. Didn't need Cory Booker from the start, man. I don't fuck with police and no snitch. You know I'm coming with the heat when I spit it. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. If you ever go to court and this is your luck, try not to get fucked by Benjamin Crump. I know it's hard, you and know it go is hard. But who the fuck is Amy Cloak? Put her picture up on the bullseye and start throwing darts. People cut our organs out our bodies, that's a stolen heart. They can't save us from the flood like Noah's Ark. Black lives always matter, we finna go for ours. So then we savages, we don't need to pot the piss. Mike Bloomberg can suck dick with that stop and frisk. You ain't speaking for us, we don't know you. Bernie Sanders, they get your funky ass on too. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me.
I'm talking about shout it going crazy. People going crazy in them motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it's nothing. Nothing about a woman all day. Man made the car. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to kick us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water like the 7 omega. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. And man makes them happy because man makes them joy. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world. But
I'm talking about shout it going crazy. People going crazy in them motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it's nothing. Nothing about a woman all day. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. And man makes them happy because man makes them joy. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world. But
Yes, greetings, Black family. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Frontline Black News. I am your host, Shane Krumah. I'm joined with my other host, Lady Che, and our West Coast correspondent, Shabaka Sankoria. Shabaka's Black Experience Enhancer, which I am the co-executive producer and co-host of. Greetings, Shabaka, from the mile high income and migrant flooded city.
Yes, sir. And greeting from Las Vegas and Sin City, man, and both the ponies and the Raiders are going to the bar.
Broncos, goddamn. And no such thing as a pony. Ponies don't exist.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and put the Raiders back on the dry dock out there in Alameda County, you know what I'm saying? And what have you. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And
the African proverb. Did you intend to have an African proverb, brother? Did you want to have the reparations?
Yes, sir. Okay, an ancient African proverb is going back to tradition is the first step.
No, I know what the proverb is. I was just wondering if that's what you wanted to have as your avatar.
Of course he did. He did it intentionally.
Yeah. The avatar that I have up there, that brown one. Yeah. The African proverb. Yeah. Love the truth if it hates you. Hate lies if they help you. Okay. All right. And with all this gaslighting era going on, you know, with this
I gotta get to the intro. So on this season 3, episode 40, part 2 of the Frontline Black News, we'll be discussing the topics we didn't get to in part 1. And those are comedian Cat Williams exposes Hollyweird, on the former Broncos 3-time Super Bowl champion Shannon Sharp's podcast this week has had over 30 million views as of yesterday.
Yeah.
The Democrats are trying to use dark psychology on Black Americans to vote for them in 2024.
Right.
That Biden, Sleepy Jim Crow Biden, 2023's accomplishment does not include anything specifically for Black Americans.
Right.
Are those your children?
No, that must be outside his apartment. I heard a bunch of children.
Probably.
Barack Obama.
Running back and forth around. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, Barack Osambo feels it's dangerous when people lose trust in leaders and mainstream media.
Wow.
Then we got Republican Nikki Haley faces backlash for lying about the reason for the Civil War while campaigning. We got an update on that. And then we got Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago stuns Chicago and admits that migrants are spreading infirmaries or infirmities. And then we got unhoused neighbor notice and unhoused neighbor sweeps.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. And greetings, ladies and gentlemen, here on Frontline Black News. I'm here, you know, the West Coast correspondent, you know, here in Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. And what it is that Cat Williams, you know, did expose, you know, some of the treachery that goes on there in Hollywood, and also too as what's happening with the film The Color Slurple, and then of course of how Black actors are being highly underpaid. But the sad part about it is, why is it the one who contributes the most gets paid the less? So I'm just putting that out there for I do believe our chat room is open. You know what I'm saying? You know, for our for our well wishers, to comment and what have you as well too. And then of course, as we already know, that you're gonna have to share haters, who do this stuff in the media. So, we wish our haters well too. We wish they didn't hate us. But however, we could care less when it comes down to it. And then the sad part about it is, ladies and gentlemen, is that Hollywood, is still doing, what it's doing and what have you. And then, of course, there's artificial intelligence in conjunction with Hollywood, too, Brother Jay, recent research that I did. They're trying to make it more.
We lost from bomb on Hollywood, Shabaka, so that was a perfect
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And get telemetry over my phone right here with this. Okay, we did send out an invite, to a very special guest. Hopefully a special guest will come on tonight. Okay, I did everything right there on technology. And we are on the like page of Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced as well too. So feel free to comment there. And this technology is weird, because they're trying to roboticize all this stuff. And then, of course, we all know a computer knows it only does with this program. They cannot think, they cannot reason, you see. So we just want to not exactly shout out those bums in Silicon Valley, but I'm putting it out there. They just simply have too much power. You say, and they go on check, and that could be, ladies and gentlemen, extremely dangerous.
Shabaka, do you have the headset on? Because it sounds like you're like in a wind tunnel or something.
Oh man, yeah, I do have. No, I don't have on the headset. I've got on the Bluetooth.
Okay.
Are you in the restroom?
No. Okay. What about now?
Still hear it. That's like a lot of background.
Okay, wait a minute. I think I know what it is. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you say you hear your little rascals.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, it's very interesting, man, how this stuff will pick up everything else except what it is supposed to be picking up. You know what I mean?
Okay, you sound much better now.
Okay, all right, yeah, because I'm closer to the laptop. Okay.
So yeah, that's where you can find us every Tuesday, right there. Scrolling on the bottom of the screen.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, so hopefully, our guests, will make contact. We did send out the link to them as well. Mm-hmm. And we just got off of Black Power Radio, down there with Brother Sheikah Imam Akbar. Yeah. And they're welcome to follow us as well, too, you see. And then what's happening, too, is that old Governor Bud, is systemically, sending all these friggin' migrants. Yeah, Governor Bud Abbott of the great state of Texas. Okay, and then sending them, off into where our people at Chicago, New York City, what have you, in our strongholds. And then, as you had said, Brother Che, Dr. Claude Anderson, when he made this prediction 10 years ago, everything he said is coming to pass. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, so we, most definitely give a shout out there to Dr. Claude Anderson. And also, too, another thing that the good doctor was saying is that we got to learn how to get our money to make money for itself, not spend the money as soon as it comes into the community. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at these casinos out right here. Oh, I want to go to Las Vegas. I want to go to Las Vegas. And people want to come to Las Vegas like during a holiday over the weekend. That is the worst time to come. If you got a gambling itch and, you want to try 7-Eleven or try the one-armed bandits, in my opinion, the best time is to come during the middle of the week, anywhere from Monday to Thursday.
Yep, that's the best time, you said.
Yes, sir. Somebody told me that there years ago, and what few times that I did win out here, it was in the middle of the week. The majority of the times that I lost over the course of my lifetime has been on the weekend and holidays.
That sounds about right. So
Mm-hmm.
let's get to the first topic of the night because we're running behind schedule.
Oh, yes, sir.
So we got Cat
My
Williams.
fault.
Shout out to Cat Williams. Cat Williams.
Yes, sir.
Holly Weird with his recent
Okay.
interview on former Bronco Shannon Sharp, 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Okay.
Shannon Sharp podcast has hit over 30 million views as of yesterday.
Wow. Shout out there to Shannon Sharp. Hopefully he'll remember us. You know what I'm saying?
Even Skip Bayless was the best thing he could have did.
Oh, absolutely. I cannot stand Skip Bayless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, damn, it's so tight over here. Okay. So I'm gonna play this clip from Fox 26 out of Houston.
Okay.
Cat Williams calls up comedians in viral podcast interview.
Okay.
On Shannon Sharp's podcast Club Shay Shay, and he did not hold back while criticizing other comedians with the year in the game.
Everything Cedric and Ricky Smiley ever been in got canceled for not being funny. Ricky sat here and told you that they cut him out of every movie he did. They always had a reason. Like
The conversation was nearly 3 hours long, and Williams went in on a few people, including Ricky Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, and Joe Rogan. Williams left no stones unturned during the conversation, accusing some comics of not being talented and even alleging Cedric the Entertainer or accusing him of stealing his jokes. Was this too far or much needed wake-up call? Joining us to talk about it, our own comedians here on The Factor Uncensored, nationally known, but also based here in Houston. We have the legend himself, Al Freeman, the other legend here, Juan Villarreal, Blame the Comic, and Corliss DeLauren. Glad to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored.
Absolutely.
Juan, we're going to begin with you. You told me not to begin with you, so I'm going to begin with you. Your thoughts on this, and Kat talking about so many comedians, and many people are saying, well, he's telling the truth. So your thoughts on this?
A lot of stuff he said was true. And but like I hung out with him. I've done like over 100 shows with him, and he was really cool. I've never seen him do drugs, because people were telling me, man, he's on drugs. Like, we smoke blood. I've never seen him do drugs. And I hung out with him like the whole weekend. Like, we get there.
Smoke what?
Bud.
Bud? What is that?
Cannabis.
Weed.
Got news for you. That's drugs.
No, but it's like, in LA it was legal.
But it ain't blow.
Huh?
It ain't blow.
Oh, no. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't even really see him drink that much. Like, other comics that were with us was drink. And Isaiah, everything was there for us. Whatever we wanted, they would have gave it to us, everybody. But all we did was just smoke and mess with girls. We were 33, 34, 35. That was our thing.
Al, your thoughts about this? Because what it seems like, what Juan is saying, people are looking for excuse for the reasons for the things he say. It could be just honesty. So your thoughts about this?
Well, first of all, I think people need to realize that Cat is a brilliant person. He's a great thinker. He's a well-read guy, like he said, So this is not coming from just made up kind of. So he's not creating some kind of narrative that doesn't exist.
Can you first about him?
There's always
I'm here.
There's the right
Can you
side,
hear the video?
side, and in the middle is the truth.
Yes.
There's a lot of truth to what he's saying. Now, did he color it a little bit? Maybe, because he's an entertainer.
Right.
I've known Cat for a long time. I think I was telling Juan since 1990 when he really began his career in Oakland, California. He was known as Cat in the Hat. A great guy who was a jewelry salesman who was always generous to everyone. So I don't know the angst against him right now. Now, I worked with Steve Harvey for a number of years.
Recordings just got better.
Lord have mercy.
I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available.
No. You all got to pay us.
My dad used to say, you know what? When a man is truthful,
Oh, it's on
he has
online.
no
That's
fear.
why.
Cat had no damn fear at all. I mean, he laid it out just like he was supposed to. And listen, it's nothing against us. It's not that those guys are not brilliant. It's not that Steve is not great. He is. It's not that Sid is not talented, or Kevin, or any of the guys. And we all know all those guys. We've all worked with those guys. We brought Kevin here to Houston when he did his Heart of the City. I produced that thing. You know, but here's what I really believe. This is why I think Cat is brilliant, because Cat's getting ready to go on tour. He's getting ready to do a special. He's selling tickets. What did Pete Barnum say? He's the greatest salesman in the world. When Cat came here the last time, I believe, to NRG, it didn't go as well as he wanted it to. In other words, those 11,000 seats weren't filled up. I guarantee you, when he comes back, those 11,000 seats he might do 2 shows.
All right, Blaine, let's hear from you. And Corliss, go ahead.
I was going to say just real quickly, and I wanted to know y'all's opinion because you definitely have been doing this longer than I have. But for me, I feel like a lot of the people that are not in comedy, in the comedy world, felt like it was a little bit like what's happening right now. Because if you be honest, it's a little inside baseball. There's a lot of things that he was saying that you probably wouldn't get if you're not an actual comic. And then I also feel like, I don't necessarily feel he was just saying they're horrible, but I do think he was calling out the ability to do stand-up. Stand-up comedy is not the same as writing sketches. It's not the same as, being a funny actor. It's a whole different beast. And really, it has a lot to do with writing. If you're not a strong writer, you end up having to go outsourcing for writers. But like, he even gave homage to D.L. Hughley, Patrice O'Neal. Like, those people are like, they were writers. And I feel like that's how you stay legit in the game. Chris Rock has no problem writing. You know, it's those types of people that are still current because they're strong writers. Go ahead.
Let me say this. So I've been traveling with Ricky Smiley on and off since 2020. And like everybody else has said on here, I'm not saying that, I'm not leaning one way or the other. Let me be clear about that. But he said that Ricky is not funny. He is funny on stage. I think that when it comes to the people's choice, I think a lot of people would choose Cat Williams over Ricky just because.
Over all of them.
Oh, yeah, over all. Well, not Earthquake.
Oh no, over Earthquake too.
Okay. Well, you know, it's subjective.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing though, there is some truth to what was going on. You know, Ricky leans more towards the black audience. Cat maybe has more of a diverse audience. And, you know, there's been a lot of videos that's been floating around on the internet with a lot of, you know what I mean, comparisons that look just alike, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I want to say that I'm one person removed, or I know the person exactly that that has said some things to me before Cat Williams said it that lets me know that there's some truth before he made it public.
Well, here's the thing.
Out of time, guys. We'll be back with more Factor in just a moment. Welcome back to the Factor Uncensored. We're talking about Cat Williams and his incredible interview on Shannon Sharp's podcast. Al, finish your thought that you had just recently.
Well, we were talking about all of the comedians that he mentioned are all TV stars. They all work 16, 17 hours a day like you do on a TV set. It doesn't give you time to work as a comedian and develop. A comedian has to work hard. He has to work consistently day after day in the club working. So those guys don't have that opportunity like Cat does. So maybe that's why they are not as funny.
And Corliss, one of the issues that this brings up when African-American comedians go after each other so very publicly. Your thoughts on that?
I hate that.
Is coming. Blame comedians go after each other so very publicly. Your thoughts on that?
I hate that. I really do, because I just don't feel like it's necessary. I think, you know, a little healthy competition is fine, but for it to turn into what it looks like an East Coast, West Coast rap battle, it makes us look like we don't have a professionalism that I wish was existing in that community.
And Juan, you are in the industry. Your thoughts on this when you see you know, your fellow comedians, mainly black comedians, going after each other so publicly?
I look at that like, man, I'm glad they ain't Mexicans. No, I just,
they beat
Pat,
too.
I think we don't know enough yet, and more stuff is coming out, and it's more stuff coming out. I think we got to wait a little bit and stuff. And the last time I worked with Cat was like 15, 16 years ago. We need to find somebody that's been around him for a while and talk to him. He lived with Rodney Bingham. He knows him really well. That's who you need to have, Rodney Bingham. I said his name wrong, but
let me say this.
I don't want to.
The reason why it's so much beef because there's always so much at stake. You know what I mean? And people who living in LA, you know, the price of living is skyrocketed through the roof. And one thing that they always say in Hollywood and in LA is don't take nothing personal. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of backstabbing going on.
And you know that backstabbing is coming. Blame.
Well, that sounds like Los Angeles. Yeah, that's about right.
This next.
Yeah, so that's one of the clips. I have a few more I wanted to play. So this is Cat Williams on Club Shay talking about Dave Chappelle walking away from the $50 million.
So Acorns is a financial tech company. So I bought everyone's gifts today.
The one comedian that we've been sitting here doing this interview that you hold in very high regard is Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million. You said it was more. Tell the story.
That's right.
I'm gonna let you tell it.
No, you're
no,
the best.
I want you to tell it.
You really are the best. You've proven it here today. As much as I'm proving it, you proving it. You've proven it. Yeah, that wasn't the thing. It wasn't. People say that he lost $50 million. No, that's not even close to what happened to this dude.
Well,
and until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened. Like, no, not they offered him $50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need to know? You here? Get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on.
Because early on you was accusing me of being.
Cat, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, but you know, some of these people.
Martin tried to put me in my first dress. When he had to go on his hiatus, he tell me, Cat, when I come back, I need you. You my young partner. You my brother in comedy. When I come back, just promise me that my next movie, it'll be me and you. We gonna do it together. We gonna do some buddy cop shit. I said, Martin, you got my motherfucking word, my nigga. Go do what you gotta do. When you come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing. You know, we get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's House 2. I almost died. And I gotta read this script from all these good white people. Where this nigga want me to get in a dress with him. And I'm literally saying to everybody, why is he in a dress again? You already played the old lady as an FBI agent. Right. We can play anything now. We can be playing a dog catcher this time. Why do we need to be in a dress? And I get so mad, I say, you don't want me. You want Brandon T. Jackson. And that's who they went and got. Twice I said it, they went and got him. Just like I'm telling you, I had that other dude's work. I had all of it. All I did was say, I want to punch it up so it's not offensive to real niggas. And that's how I got in this position.
I sure hope I have Club Shay after this air.
It's gonna be in a dimension it's never been.
Yeah, it's gonna be
the greatest thing floating in 2024. Mark the words. No way. In a whole different realm of business. Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Watch. God's people ain't that few.
Okay, so
they want to give you
exactly what he's talking about. Yeah. So on your screen, you see a bunch of men, black actors dressed up as.
Yeah, that's sad. That is very, very sad indeed.
So this just goes to prove the buck breaking is still going on. It is real. It's not a figment of imagination. It's still going on in 2024. And
yes, sir.
I caught a lot of heat when I was running for mayor of the Mile High migrant flooded city because I refused to dress. I said, I'm not wearing a dress. Well, I got to put on a dress to elevate. And somebody had the audacity to call me bigoted. And I said, define bigot. And they stormed out the room.
Right, it's because there's no argument with undisputed truth. That's the only reason why their sorry ass did that shit. You see what I'm saying? Hey, right on, Stephen R. Irvin. Yeah, we stating facts here, brother, and definitely hit us there in the chat room, man. We appreciate your support, and please share Frontline Black News. Now, the thing is that what you have to understand, Brother Che, is that this was a process, man, that went through, man, for at least 40 years. That I know of. They kept bringing it in subtly, if you know what I mean. Okay, and what I mean.
As a humor, ain't nothing. I don't find nothing hilarious, funny about a man in a fucking dress, cause I just don't.
Yeah, man. I mean, and what it is demasculization of the black male, because they either want to see us at war with each other, they want to see us in dresses, they want to see us up there with some and I'm gonna have to use the language. Jay, yeah, what's up, Jay? Hey, what's up, Jay Militant? Yeah, man, you're 49ers, man. I'm gonna have to go over here to one of these casinos, man. I'm gonna drop 50 on the Niners, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your Niners gang. You know, and then the ponies and the Raiders, man. We're done.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, we have, man, you know, the ponies is in the barn, man, and the Raiders are on dry dock, man, out there in Frisco Bay, man, although we're out in the middle of the desert. And Brother Chase says, what ocean is in the desert? Well, it used to be an ocean about 10 million years ago, man. So
10 million years ago.
Yeah, so hopefully they will keep the coach, that brother who they got as the coach right now. Hopefully, you know, they'll give him a contract for next year's, because he did have a winning season, Brother Che. And he's one victory over a loss, so that's still a winning season. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, and it looks like there's that the cheeseheads.
Let's see if we can point these mugs out on your screen real quick.
Yeah, and look at that. Ain't that there Kevin Hart right there wearing a dress?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Kevin Hart. Okay, so they got him. Okay, let me see. Of course, you know they got Martin Lawrence.
Like Nene.
Yeah, that's Martin Lawrence. You know, and then they got it. And then of course, Mr. Tyler Perry. Yeah, they got Wesley Snipes with that playing in the movie with a white dude by the name of Kurt Russell. I forgot the name of it. But Mr. Perry, no disrespect to you, brother. I appreciate what you're doing down there in Atlanta, man. But please, Mr. Perry, bring back some strong black male images that you did, sir, in a film called Alex Cross. And I don't know if anybody ever saw that movie called Alex Cross, where he was the police detective. Oh, yeah, Tyler Perry was a man in that one. Most definitely.
And they got what is this goddamn name? Davidson. What is his damn name? Tommy Davidson. Ain't that Tommy Davidson?
Okay, that I don't know. That I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, they used to have Tommy Davidson in them there too, when they used to do it. Yeah, and the Wines brother, not Keenan, but Damon Wayans. Yeah. Yeah, him and Tommy Davidson used to do a skit on there called "In Living Color," man, in the early 1990s, where they all talking about that they want to go to Greece.
David Allen Greer.
Yeah, right. There you go, David Allen Greer. And
then who's that with the telephone?
Okay, let me see here. I got glasses on right there. I can't make it out.
That's Ving Rhames.
Oh man, yeah, they did have Ving and that there. Called Holidays Harder, and Ving Rhames is one of my favorite actors, man. You know what I'm saying? And they even had him up in there. No disrespect to you, gentlemen. We understand y'all making your money, man. But just look what they're doing to the black male image, gentlemen.
Right.
And you brothers could pool the resources, man.
This is all done under the guise of humor, but this is really a ritual that Cat Williams is exposing. This person right here, that's Kale from Kenan and Kale.
Okay.
Underneath him, that's Keenan.
Okay, Keenan Ivory Wayans, yeah.
Oh, Keenan, what is his last name, babe? Thompson, Keenan Thompson. And then,
okay.
Oh, that's Jay. Let me bring Jay on.
Okay.
What's crack-a-lackin', cuzzo?
What's happening?
Shit,
It was going. Yeah, bang, bang, down again, Jay Militant. Yeah, man. Yeah, we have to give it to you guys there with the gold rush.
Hey, just real quick, I gotta break out the old school song that they don't sing anymore. Shabaka, you might know this song because this was a song that anytime a team made it to the Super Bowl, they was on their way to the Super Bowl, they would sing this particular song.
Yes.
I got a feeling my Niners going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Back in the days when y'all had Joe Montana. Yeah. And then when y'all had Steve Bono, when Montana retired, you know, he put some work in, man. So therefore, Jay Militant, I hope you guys play them Baltimore Ravens. I hope y'all stomp the living dog shit out of them, cut their wings off, man. You know what I'm saying, man, and do the business. Yes, sir. Jay Militant, your comment right there. That movie that Tyler Perry played in, Alex Cross. He got down in that movie there, Alex Cross. You know, because yeah, because he had went after the guy, man, you know, that killed his wife, man, and Dr. Cross was on the rampages because I read a series of books by a guy by the name of James Patterson, who was a psychologist that specialized in crazy individuals, and Alex Cross, you know, he was a chief of detectives. And he had a degree in psychology, and they would always send him on these heinous cases. And then there was one called "Kiss the Girls."
And he was the one that did the voice for Arby's, Stevie. I don't know if you're saying Alex Cross was. Or...
Alex Cross. Alex Cross was the main character in a series of books written by James Patterson, who himself was. I'm sorry,
James Earl Jones.
No, it's a dude on YouTube.
Oh,
James Earl Jones wearing a dress? Oh no, not James Earl.
No, not him wearing a dress. The voice of Arby's. We got the meats.
I believe that is James Earl because James Earl did.
Oh, he said
Ving Rams. Oh, Ving Rams. Yeah. Okay.
Rams,
and Ving Rams. Yep. And then Ving Rams.
We were just talking about that. So we were playing name the clown. So we ended up with left off with Keenan, and then underneath him, you know who the hell that is in the goddamn dress.
Who is that?
Terry Crews.
Oh man, no, not Terry Crews, man.
Don't even get me started on Friday After Next.
Oh yeah,
man. You know he was
a whole lot about that.
Yeah, man, and Terry Crews, man, as you all know, he was an NFL football player too, and I believe that he was a kick returner.
Wasn't he a wrestler?
Yeah. Mr. Crews did quite a bit, you know, before his movie career had went on, and then also too, as we all know, that Mr. Crews was violated, and he had sued the dude. And what had happened is with Mr. Crews, and Mr. Crews is a big dude, you know what I'm saying? That Mr. Crews was at a function in Hollywood. And one of these power brokers that came up there and inappropriately tried to touch Mr. Crews, and Mr. Crews was about 1 inch of snapping his neck. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, Mr. Crews, you know, would sue that dude.
The whole man to grab him by his Johnson and in front of his wife.
Yeah, now see, that's even makes it even more worse. You see, is because when you try to demasculate a man in the presence of his better half, see, it goes back, as you said, brother Jay, to the buck breaking system on the plantation system, and the first person that they would bring front and center when they sent the brother through this procedure was his son, and then the next one would be his wife, and hopefully that the woman was pregnant by him, so therefore the fear that she is witnessing and the trauma that she is witnessing will transfer into the unborn child, so it will be instilled in the unborn child upon his arrival of being born. So so when we talk about reparations, the reparations is not just for the forced labor, it's all the brutalization that went with it. Now we've had critics, as you are very, very well aware of, brother Jay.
Let me finish out with the picture, Shabaka.
Yes, sir.
We kind of pressed for time. So underneath Terry Crews, we got white girls, the Wayans brothers, Sean and Marlon.
Mm-hmm.
Then next to him, we got Shanae. That's Shanae right there. Oh my God, that's Martin.
Martin Lawrence.
Martin.
Yeah, that's Martin. And then who is this next to him? I can't remember his name.
Very small picture I'm seeing here.
The one that got the leopard print on.
Yeah, I know, and I got my bifocals on, and I still can't make it out. This is what happens when you get old, folks.
Next to him is Wanda, otherwise known as Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
And then the one next to him, you might remember, Shabaka. This is like your time. I forgot.
Flip Wilson.
Yeah, that's
Flip Wilson with Jerry. Yeah, he used to do a character called Geraldine.
Yeah, that's Geraldine right there.
Yeah, so that's Flip Wilson. Yeah.
And then next to him is Will Smith.
Oh man.
Above Will Smith is Wesley Snipes.
Wow.
Wong Fu.
Yep. Yeah. Above him is Chris Tucker.
Oh wow.
And The Fifth Element. And above him, I think that's Flip Wilson again. And then above him, I think that's Cedric the Entertainer.
Okay.
Right here.
And then, and then also too, folks, if I just may add a tidbit of history right here, Brother Chad, take less than 30 seconds. Just bear with me. Okay, is that on the Flip Wilson show in 1971 and on the Dean Martin show, because Dean Martin was in prime time on NBC, and I think Dean Martin came on Thursday nights and Flip Wilson either came on Monday nights or Tuesday nights. And before the fight of the century of 1971, they had Muhammad Ali on the Flip Wilson show, and they had Smokin' Joe on the Dean Martin show. And then the opening thing that Flip Wilson said that I admire, he says, yeah, we have the former heavyweight champ right here. His name is Muhammad Ali, but his real name is Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? So that was a joke on there. And so Ali had came out and he said that he's getting ready to retire Joe Frazier, and he, really had thanked people who had supported him in his exile and what have you. But so much for that, the show must go on. The quote, the one and only Mad Dr. D, and may he rest in power.
Yes. So I got another clip I want to play. I just want to let the viewers know who he was exactly talking about. So this next clip, he's exposing Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, and several other Cedric the Entertainer and Ricky Smiley.
Oh, hey, let me just say this real quick. I don't know if you showed my comment or not, but when they be having them dress up like women, that starts in the high school drama classes. I took drama in high school. That happens in drama class when you have to do like your little skits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a woman that needs to be played, they will pick a boy out to dress up like a woman to be part of that skit in high school. So all this trickles all the way down to the school level.
Yeah, Remember, Shabaka, we
No.
played that video of that brother checking them. He was in a daycare or something. He came to pick his kid up from the daycare. They had him in a dress. He was like, "Oh hell no, you better take
Oh
my."
no, I've heard of it. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I did hear that. Yeah.
No, we
The
have
father
played it
was
on the
saying
we
was
have
that.
played it on the show earlier last year when it happened, like around the summertime. But yeah, so this next clip is about him calling him. Lady Che, did you want to say anything yet, or you want the videos to play?
Oh, I was gonna say about Shannon Sharp. Sharp sit there like
and watch college football all season long, live and cable free with YouTube TV. Terms apply. Cancel.
invite him.
Consider that New Year's resolutions are not the answer for you this year. You need real solutions.
And I needed you to know.
So he's acting like he was real scared right there.
Yeah, because you know what he was saying, like it was gonna have a serious impact on Hollywood.
Yeah, but is that why you invite guests, like especially ones that
He never had guests just like this. Like I've seen a couple of interviews he did, none of them were remotely even close to this. So, Cat was talking.
Marshawn Lynch's one. That one was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Marshawn Lynch, that was good, but it didn't even get this many views. This in 4 or 5 days, Jay has already hit like it's probably got 40 million views now. Yesterday was 30 million.
like he was acting scary. When Charleston White was on Cam Newton, Cam Newton was acting scary. Like what the fuck? Like
Yeah. I was sorry to see that about Cam Newton, and the reason why I was sorry to see that Cam Newton going out there like that. One is the common slave name that he shares with one of our great ancestors who impacted our history. You know who I'm talking about, Jay Militant. Okay, and then also too, I see Cam with short pants on, man. Then they putting the NFL players in these dresses. They doing the same thing with the NBA players, man. I mean, you know, Mr. Magic Johnson, no disrespect to your son, man, but your son calling himself Fantasia.
One of the Raiders did a whole twirl after a sack. Oh my God, I don't want to talk about that fucking game.
And then also too, and I don't know, Jay Militant, if I don't know if it's the Carolina Panthers or I don't know if it's the 49ers, Jay Militant, but correct me if I'm wrong, where some of the NFL teams are saying that they're going to have transgenders as the cheerleaders.
Well, they have them in Carolina. Carolina's the first ones to introduce.
Oh, Carolina was okay.
Wow. Well,
yeah, but look though, see this is the hypocrisy about the NFL. They're willing to push something that is detrimental, you know, to all of society, just in the grand scheme of things, to all of society, right? But they'll hate on Colin Kaepernick for standing up for something that is detrimental to our community.
That part. Now, that part right there. Now, once again, Jay Militant, I'm glad you brought up Colin Kaepernick. He was your all's quarterback when he took the knee. Okay. And so the dump, as in human shit, and I want to make that perfectly clear, is going to get up there and say, well, don't you wish you're on the team and tell them to get that son of a bitch out of here? You're fired. You know what I'm saying? So, in a sense, what Mr. Kaepernick did, it was like what the heavyweight champion did in the 1960s.
The dump, as in human shit.
Oh, yeah, we definitely that perfectly clear. So he made the ultimate sacrifice of what he believed in. You see what I mean? And then to find out that Mr. Kaepernick was adopted by a white family, and he was raised and went to school and stuff like that. But as soon as he started expressing his African heritage, you know, they alienated him.
Yep.
They say, and now just to prove the hypocrisy, you know, of this country right there, you got all these other groups that come there expressing their cultural heritage. You know, all the other groups that come here express their cultural heritage. But as soon as black people express that they're Africans, oh no.
And then we got to break down the whole definition of racism to them.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh man, yo. Them white folks the other night had a whole live about about the definition of what a racist is, and I tell you, only
Uh,
one of them got it right. Only one of them got it right.
I think it was on Corrupt's channel
Yep.
because I got the notification, but I didn't click on
Oh
it.
man, I'm sorry I can't talk loud. I'm all the way in the back, like in the back pew of the church.
She's not far back.
I am
Go
actually.
ahead.
Oh, you can't tell me that.
She's like on the front row.
Look, man, I
Cuz.
got
Like,
it to go. I got it to go get.
Stop it.
I got
'Cause
it to
the
go.
podium is where the computer is.
Look. I got it to go.
Or the pulpit, rather. Go ahead.
I got it to go to get dressed and get cleaned up before the show or whatever. And as soon as I leave my desk, I got jacked from my desk, right? Everybody knows I lost my voice, right? Jacked from my desk, and I have to sit on over here, knowing goddamn well my mic and everything set up for me to be talking over
Because we
there.
got the whole studio
And-
right here. We're just waiting
and-
on one more thing.
No, we're not. Anyway, so I had it all set up because I just could tell yelling across the room.
Can I
It's
have
like,
the camera on so they can see what's going
no,
on?
it's plus. Turn on, turn it off. Hey, fix the thing over there.
It's not even.
Yeah, fix the thing up there. You must like
Which ones?
anything, Jesse. It's like
I'm trying to think we're going to mess with your shit. Okay.
whatever. So I get up to, I come back, man. He jacked me for the seat and started the show.
Yeah, because we already running behind
And I was
schedule.
like,
We got people
what
waiting. Huh?
happened?
We're supposed to start at 10 o'clock our time.
I'm like, why I get jacked from my chair?
No,
Like,
I live in North Carolina. Oh, you're in North Carolina? Oh, yeah. Tell them don't vote for Joe Gibson. If they live in House District 35, do not vote for him. Tell all your black friends and family, don't vote for that cheddar anchor baby.
Yeah, we appreciate Mr. Irvin of joining us there from North Carolina, man. We know it's late, and we thank you for joining us. Yeah. Yes.
Great. Chewbacca,
Yeah.
did Joe Gibson just get locked up anyway?
Yeah, from what I understand, he said he got hit with a DUI. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. From what I understand, that he's saying that he was drunk driving and they pulled him over, man, and they hooked him and booked him.
I gotta get to this clip.
Yeah, I obviously had something to talk about. I forgot what else I was about to say. I did want to say though that it mind boggles me that motherfucking you didn't even take off the camera. It mind boggling that on streamer that what's his name
Here we are.
Cam Newton. I don't even know why. Cam Newton and Shannon Sharp were really scary when it came to having other like.
Is it Chewbacca or Jay? You got background noise.
Chewbacca.
It's me.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, Chewbacca. Yeah.
You hear a TV or something in the background.
Yeah. Listen.
Let me see. I got the TV set off. Hold on.
All right. So anyway, what I'm saying is that them two, they sit on the show, right? They invite controversial people, like for example, Cam Newton and Charleston White, right? And wonder why Charleston White said some hot ass shit, right? And Cam Newton's like laying all the way back in his chair. He's so scared, to have, just to hear what he's hearing. It's like, and then Shannon Sharp too. Look how uncomfortable Shannon Sharp was. Like that to me is like kind of like a symptom of cooning. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be too involved. Like he's just about to say something that's gonna ruin your reputation for kissing up. You know what I mean? Or you might not get a show later, or you might not get put on something. And I was like, why are you so scared? Like you knew what you're getting into. You heard both people speak, and for a long time. Like why is it a fucking thing that you gotta feel so uncomfortable in your own space? Like the body language alone is uncomfortable. I'm getting uncomfortable watching it, but I'm amused. But look at Shannon Sharp's body language is real uncomfortable.
Yeah, because he's like, it's a straight up buck breaking. Like he's fearful that the elites or whatever the fuck they want to call these bastards that run every goddamn thing is how they're gonna take this and what they're gonna do as a result of this.
Yeah, why'd you even invite him if you knew your numbers were gonna go up because people want to see that shit? Like anything that's dramatic or drama filled it concerns black people, you know, they tune in and then start passing around, you know, passing the tea, gossiping. And you knew that was gonna happen. Why even be comfortable? I've been more relaxed. And then act like he drunk, act like Cat Williams drunk, or he's just spaced out talking like, yeah, he must be drunk. He must be fucking in his bag. He's laying out.
Something real.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Top shelf.
Yeah. Regular drinking something, but the fact is that if you watch the thing, Shannon Sharp drinking more than Cat is.
Yeah, because he's
and
like,
he still look uncomfortable.
yeah, because he's like, I might fuck up the whole shit with this. What I'm telling you, but you know,
But you see, they drinking that Erkenchurch brandy, that E&J brandy.
Hey,
now,
man,
my question is,
that's my
now, ask yourself this here, fellas. Okay, if you're up here making this a multi-million-dollar production, right? Okay, even what we do with our productions, don't none of us drink on the air or while we're doing it.
That lie. I do.
It's like drink champs.
I drink, but I'm a grown ass motherfucker. I control my liquor. I can drink all day, goddamn day.
Like,
however, I don't drink. I don't like to drink when I have other drinkers chopping it up with me, because it gets out of hand. Like, hey, like I gotta control the scenario. I can control myself, but I can't control another's tolerance level and the way they become. You know what I mean? I can only tell. It used to be really bad because I would drink like 2 double shooters and just be ready to tell everybody the truth about what's going on in the world. And then I find out how cognitive dissonant our people are. They don't know shit. You know, I got to educate them, and I feel good about myself. But God, why did I get to that level? I was drinking, and then all of a sudden I ran into somebody. Hey, check this out, and they're just, why you know so much? Look how light you are. You know, shit like that. It's like, God damn, man, why didn't you not know this?
So I'm gonna get to the clip, y'all, because I know I'm trying to be respectful of people's time. And
my God.
I know Shabaka. He's gone. Sandman gonna start creeping.
No, I'm right here. I'm still hanging on, man. Yeah, I got the smelling salts in the corner, and they put my ice pack in my left eye. Yeah.
I ain't went nowhere yet.
Jay Militant. So they telling me just one more round, boss. You know what I'm saying? Quote the infamous Smoking Joe and Vanilla.
So this is about a half-hour video. Yeah. He's exposing a whole lot of stuff in this.
Man, it was hot though.
I had to stop. Okay, so the whole video was like almost 3 hours, right? So you got to stop, pause, and rewind, and it took me a minute to get to that video. It took longer than 2.5 hours.
It was a long video.
Right.
The last covered most of it.
Because I was like, did he really say that? Oh, I gotta go back.
He said, but he's not the first time we heard it.
Oh, okay.
A lot of this stuff is not the first time we heard him. Heard say these things.
And then, of course, as we didn't know if we didn't mention it.
Moses Renee, age and younger, they ain't never heard him say that.
And then, of course, you know, they had Wesley Snipes wearing a dress, you know, and I think Jay Militant had mentioned that there as well, too. And I forgot the name of the movie. He did it with a white dude named Kurt Russell, where they were both wearing dresses. I mean, so what is that?
About that, but the youngsters, the babies, they don't know nothing about that.
I'm pretty sure that there's people our age watching that show. Just like Cam Newton, you don't hear motherfuckers that are like 18 and younger talking about, hey, did you see that Cam Newton? You know, or they be like, man, fuck Charleston White, like shit like that. But I didn't say that, because he kind of abused me.
Oh God.
He does.
And then keep in mind, too, here's something for the positive, y'all. In when they used to have the drag queen storybook hour there in the California.
Because we gotta get to this clip, or we're never gonna get to the clip.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So Cat Williams calls out Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley.
Yeah.
Why I came by?
Yeah, I need you to tell us why.
People know I don't go everywhere. I'm not interested in talking to people unless it's like a Larry King or somebody of an amazing ilk that I would actually want to go talk to in real life.
Okay.
Chicken act.
I don't do it so I can sell product when I got things to sell. So let me come talk. You have a great product here, and as a fan base, we love the attention that you spend on the guests. We love how much work you've done, how well you know them, how prepared you are. The same things that we liked about you in football. You brought that on over to here, and that's why it resonates. And the reason I had to come is because you made a safe place for the truth to be told. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate
and
that.
I have watched all of these lowbrow comedians come here and disrespect you in your face and tell you straight up lies. I'm talking about things that have never been heard in all of Black Hollywood. They feel comfortable sitting here lying to you about it.
You gonna set the record straight?
Are you kidding me? You let Ricky Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Cat Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike, and Cat Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now let's. 3 quick points.
Oh no, I wish they would have had him as Santa Claus.
5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds. That's your story. Your story is the Ricky Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
he shouldn't be able. You wouldn't let a athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats.
Put him on blast.
Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he was.
Sir, no one. Why no? He was with KD. He beat up Terry Crews. Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood, they switched off roles. You take this and what?
Before I discovered Riverside, I avoided online podcasts at all costs. Because the terror of publishing a remote interview, they were just not.
So Ricky Smiley knows this. Is because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie. But I can tell you this. We auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom. And that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Cat Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy, right, where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Ricky Smiley was gonna play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? Why? And here's the other thing. Everything that Money Mike said, Cat Williams wrote. So what Ricky Smiley say on his? You can't say my lines, I wrote them. That's how I already know that I'm going to be funnier than you. What he told everybody was, Cat Williams, and don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steven Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then he was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday?
Yep.
Did he wear a dress in it?
Yep.
You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Cat?
That's where he's a believable actor.
Yeah.
Him and Tyler
Yeah,
Perry
Ice-Cube
can't play a
verified
man
Cat
to save
story.
their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie.
So
that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Cat Williams' joke? Yeah. He said, it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. Then you ask him, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good over KB and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none.
And 29,000 of them scripts
I
going to
played a lot of
trash.
characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Cat Williams in there.
I don't know, Cat. We might not let you drink anymore the way you. I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol. I've had a sip, less than you. Truth don't need motivation. I'm just saying I can't let these dudes lie. Cedric's sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here look like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting over here. Why I'm not a movie star. What?
It's a situation.
He never wrote anything. Remember, when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the Entertainer.
Right.
We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write
doing an
jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? They're so bad that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi.
You don't think Sam's a good comedian?
The world doesn't think that, sir. I have 12 comedy specials. He has 4 specials that are not available on Netflix or Tubi.
It seems to me, Cat, that you had a lot to get off your chest.
No.
You wanted to set the record straight.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. I don't say any of these things if my name is not breached by these people on your platform. If you give a liar a platform to lie, then I'm not being messy by saying, hold on, that never happened, it's untrue, and there are hundreds of witnesses for each thing I'm saying.
So let me ask you this. What is your relationship with Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and Cedric the Entertainer as you sit here currently?
For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't 3 random guys. The way that Ricky Smiley kept appearing at all of my auditions is because of Steven Said. He would tell anybody that, listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is. They know who the gang is. Why Earthquake not in movies? Because he's illiterate. He can't read. And they found that out when they gave him a show and put the cards in front of him. Like, all of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets. And this is the age of truth. And the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies. Cats on drugs. Where are the stories? Why is there no story of anybody who ever sold a drug to me, did a drug with me, was around me when I was inebriated? I got 5 daughters. I got 5 sons. Why would we tell these ridiculous stories? Because it's competition. You feel like, well, why comedy guys can't just get along?
Yes.
Why didn't you get along with the other teams you were competing against? If you're a Denver Bronco, why you don't get along with the Cowboys? Something wrong with you?
But I don't disagree. I don't dislike all the Cowboys. Damn, you like dislike?
That's
okay,
not.
What comedians do you like?
Did you play against the team?
Yes.
I've taken 46 comedians with me on the road. 46.
Okay.
Watch sports with live TV like cable. With YouTube TV, try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
That's how it was.
You got me.
Sorry, y'all.
See, Silicon Valley should be paying us for this
I'm not the
bullshit
comedian
they
you
put
can
up on
give
our
that
platform.
to. I only put on comedians that are funnier than me.
That's how.
Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat Faison liar. There's nobody like me in the business.
Faison just called it straight.
Faison said that getting a Netflix special is easy. I have 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got? 0.
So
why is he allowed to have conversations about real stand-up people? We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all. As a journalist, that's all. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't harbor any resentment to any of these entities because I can't be jealous. I've never seen them have anything that I ever wanted. If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview. Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The truth is the light.
I get so angry.
Amen, amen.
Okay, but that's Hollywood, folks. You know what I'm saying? Everything that Mr. Williams is saying right there is that, you know, Hollywood, and that's why I say what I say about Hollywood.
You know,
right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it.
Yeah.
They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain, not the guy that raises.
Yeah, you're right, Mr. Irvin. I'm quite sure he wanted to say this for a long
I have
time.
no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Cat because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the script. How? That's why I'm saying, that's why I can't let Ricky Smiley say he was supposed to play Money Mike, because I wrote the words for Money Mike. I designed the hair for Money Mike. I collaborated with the wardrobe department and made outfits to make sure that no one in America would be wearing what Money Mike was wearing. I told him to go get the Prowler. I then told him to paint it purple. I told him don't have an actor at playing a pimp. We could get an actual pimp, Archbishop Magic Don Juan to play. Like I did far too much work for somebody to come years later and try to tag along just for their own self-aggrandizement.
Why didn't Cube set the record straight? Terry Crews could have set the record straight. Mike Epps could have set the record straight. Why none of them set the record straight?
That's what you were supposed to ask him when he told you those lies that no one's ever heard. Right, but he's telling you something no one's ever heard of. Nobody has ever heard, oh, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon was in a movie and somebody said, y'all should switch roles. And, like, this is a business.
But that's the thing, Kat. Normally when people will give you information, I'm thinking I'm hearing it for the first time and they're giving information no one else knows or have ever heard. So I'm taking them at face value.
These are like, this is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man. Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history. Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made all lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
Recordings just got better.
Woo, that brother is so
yeah. Now another woman out of Hollywood, not cutting you short, Jay Militant, but another woman who deserves the utmost of respect, and she's passed on. She transitioned. That was the one and only Miss Eartha Kitt.
Well, with local recordings from StreamYard, you'll be able to download perfect quality video from your
Eartha Kitt was heavy.
Yes.
He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you.
Man, Jussie Smollett belongs in a mental institution, him and that bullshit.
That liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? Correct. These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? Is to act like it didn't happen.
Yep.
They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow. Cat Williams, you don't want to go up against that man on the football line.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built. So all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, there's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he had 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Cat Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Cat Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars. What?
It'd be weird to him if you put on a dress.
You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part. What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star? So on the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever been on tour with any of these guys?
Every guy I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life. So no. Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years. Steve Harvey don't do stand-up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write. Ricky Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that. Like, you got to be doing karaoke around the country to make that work.
Right.
And he is. But I'm a stand-up comedian. This is my 19th 100-city tour. I'm not going to have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym, but you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy.
Talk about how good you look.
What? No, there's too many comics out there that are putting their life on the line to tell these jokes, man.
Okay. Let's get to your upbringing. We're going to circle back and we'll get some...
I want to protect him real quick because you had said for the Kings of Comedy, it was in 2018, 2019, but did you mean 1999? Because it came out in 2000, so I just want to make
sure. No, I didn't. No. So what I meant to say was, remember, he said I couldn't do stand-up anymore. I had 7 TV shows. I said he didn't have any of those TV shows at the time.
I know you talking about Cedric.
Joke stealer.
Cedric.
Okay.
You had said that 2018, 2019, but it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
Okay, no. What comes out in 2000?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Right. I'm on BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. Okay. That's why I'm saying, yeah. So if I said the dates wrong,
let's go back and clear that up.
Okay.
You said, I had Cedric on here and I asked him about the joke stealing and he said the timeline doesn't add up.
Correct.
To that point, you say.
Right. So he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
Yep. It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke.
Right.
And this joke is one of those jokes in comedy where you set it up and it takes a little longer to set it up, takes about 3 minutes. But then you're just hitting them with jokes after that because you don't have to set it up.
Right.
Mark Curry had already helped me work on this joke because I thought it was good because I was getting a standing ovation on it. He had me go back in the lab and help me craft it to be an even more powerful joke. So this is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke.
Okay.
1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke.
13 years old.
2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings
Mr.
of
Irvin
Comedy.
says he saw it in the
And
movie
he's
theater
doing
in
it
Kings of
verbatim.
Comedy
He
in
just
Charlotte, North
changed my
Carolina.
car into a spaceship.
You're trying to trip him up.
Yeah,
Like TV, like cable, with YouTube TV. Try it free.
And then
Check
also
out these
too,
deals of
Mr.
the week
Irvin,
at
do not
Walgreens.
vote for Joe Gibson, who's running for a congressional district seat down there.
Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Cat 30 times, and Cat didn't do, as I stand before you, Shannon, I would have bust Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you downplay me like that? Why did I give you a pass if you were just gonna lie? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, they're all a group. Cedric, Steve, Ricky, they've been a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. And there are these alliances in comedy. And if you stand against them, then they sometimes have a problem. But we don't let that change the content because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Now, I'm reading.
Does it?
Now,
Well, you should.
He's getting the
Cat Williams won Cedric the Entertainer's and Anheuser-Busch Best Los Angeles Comic Award. Did you win that award, won Cat Williams? It's a simple yes or no. It's not a rhetorical question.
It's a question that probably should have been asked to Cedric the Entertainer.
I'm asking you. I got you here, though.
I know. I couldn't believe Cedric didn't get asked that question.
Not anymore.
You still a dude's joking and giving an award, and then 10 years later, you don't know nothing about it. Hey, but I promise you this.
What?
If he sees me again before he sees you,
You don't like women.
he'll be talking different when you see him.
Like women you can flirt with.
That's for certain. That's the difference. That's what these comics understand, is that I'm not doing nothing for clout. I don't even recognize clout. But eventually the Lord is going to let me and you be in one hallway. A lot of these dudes go.
Yes.
He got mail when I asked him.
Kevin Hart done went 25 years without ever being in the same building with me at the same time. If I go in the building, he walk out. You've never seen us in the same building ever in 25 years. Like, it's like that. Why? Why?
Yes.
Because I'm really the product. It's not what you think. I am never under the influence of anything. I'm always in my right mind. I'm always a physical specimen. And when you see me, I'm much, much bigger than you had thought. I have far less play in me than you would like. And I'm relentless. I'm out there. I'm still, to this day, I play 11 games of basketball with a 20-year-old. The record is 92-6. This is just in the yard, just to the rack, just cause.
You work out, Cat? You work out, Cat?
Not to the gym.
You don't work out in the gym? You do push-ups, sit-ups?
My whole life it was just push-ups and sit-ups only. I would do like 100 push-ups a day.
I thought you were gonna say 1,000.
No. Because this is literally every day.
Right.
This is not for the gram. You know what I mean? Like literally 100 a day. And I would do push-ups, and then I tore both my rotator cuffs. And so it was only thanks to golf that I was even able to get my
You a golfer now?
back. I've been a golfer for quite some time. My short game is impeccable. I can't get you but 2 and some change off of the tee, but I'm still coming in for par guaranteed.
You playing for the tips?
No. I've found that you don't get anything for that. It seems very egomaniacal. They go, hey, Cat, for free, you can go further back. Hey, what? Wait a minute, does it still count the same? Hey, I'm up at the ladies' tee. Don't tell me my pronouns. On the golf course, I'm she, her, him, them, and they. Whoever at the front tee.
I know we're joking. We're having a great conversation, but you did win the award. How did the award help your career? It had to help some, Cat.
Nope. No.
God, come on, Cat.
I didn't remember it happened to you. Just said it. How can Cedric give you an award that was worth something?
Yeah.
Everything Cedric and Ricky Smiley ever been in got canceled for not being funny. Ricky sat here and told you that they cut him out of every movie he did. They always had a reason. Right?
Hey y'all, I gotta jump
That's
off.
why
I
I'm
gotta
funny,
get
because I'm a happy person. I laugh.
All right, Jay
I
Militant.
can't even imagine.
All right, Jay Militant.
Let's know what your thoughts on the interview was so far.
I'll say what?
What's your thoughts on the interview so far? Before you tap out.
I mean, shoot, he was breaking it all down. A lot of what he said, I knew about that back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just through like different channels, and you know, and so when he this is the thing that they always hate about Cat. He's the one comedian in all that in the entire world that's going to tell you the truth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he will not conform to what they want him to be.
Mm-hmm.
So they come up with all these different scenarios, all these different stories, you know, try to make him to seem like he's some deranged lunatic. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
And it's just for the simple fact because he's out there telling the truth, and he's standing on what he's standing on, and they can't do nothing about it because he's funnier. He's absolutely right. He's funnier than all of them.
Yep.
You know?
He's uncompromised.
Right. And his comedy is authentic to the core.
Yep.
You won't see no plagiarism going on with his comedy.
No.
You know, he's going to tell you what it is, whether you like it or not. He's going to give you a history lesson so you can gain a little bit of knowledge.
Yep.
And he's going to make you laugh at the same time. And the fact that he's like this. Cat reminds me of that rapper that all the big record companies want to sign. But he's not going to do it because he's not going to take less than what he's already making being independent.
Right.
And 2, he's not going to conform to what you want him to be out there to look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Just so y'all can collect all the profits and just give him a little bit of the change.
Yeah.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what he reminds me of. And he's like, look, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. Because I'm still gonna make more than all of y'all that's out here doing 1,000 different things and still don't even touch the level of comedic what's the word I'm looking for? Comedic laughter that all of them produce. They could tell a couple of jokes here and there, but every single time there has been a Cat Williams special, every single time we've seen Cat Williams in a movie, every single time he had every single last one of us on our necks.
Yeah, I know that American Hustle had me rolling.
You know what I'm saying? So they could sit out there and they could be mad and they could say what all they want to say. but they're in their feelings.
Yep.
And they're going to try to take them down.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, Cat knows how to work around that.
Yeah.
You could keep me out of this, you could keep me out of that, but you can't do the one thing that makes every single artist, no matter what genre you're in, but it's the one thing that makes an artist successful or not. And that's his or her fans. He
Yep.
has a fan base. As long as he stays with that fan base and give them what they want,
Yep.
nothing else matters.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Make sure y'all sub up to Jay's channel, What's Cracking TV with Jay Militant.
Yeah, appreciate you, Jay.
You guys have a good night. You know, rest of the live. Have a great rest of the live, and I will see y'all next time.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And bang, bang, 49er gang, Jay Militant. Have to give it to SF, man. I think I'm going to take my last $20 and go to Sportsbook and put it on SF.
Thank you very much. Go Niners.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Mr. Irvin says here, Cat funded his own specials before he got that Netflix $2 million deal. Now, okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you recall, Brother Che, that when I went down there to the Screen Actors Guild, the Screen Directors Guild, man, when the last time I was in Los Angeles there last summer, Netflix is right behind the Screen Directors Guild, okay? And I'm trying to remember the name of the theater that it's in. It's one of the early movie actresses. I don't know if it was Gloria Swanson. It wasn't Mae West. Because, you know, you had the early Hollywood actors that started like off in the 20s and the 30s. So I don't know if it was Katharine Hepburn or whatever. But the fact of the matter is that Netflix is right down there, man, in Hollywood. So what they're doing is now, ladies and gentlemen, instead of you looking at TV, they want you to pay for TV, like Paramount Stream, Netflix Stream. You know, and then these packages that you got to pay $200 and $300 for, you see what I'm saying, to get it to last a whole year. And then what they do, because on our research, Brother Che, is that they want you to pay up like for the whole year, which could be, you know, 3 to 4 figures.
Yep.
And then also, too, Frontline Black News is going to be expanding as well, too. We're doing research on it. You know, we will definitely keep you posted on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced and what have you. Now, keep in mind, as that Blog Talk Radio, who is it that I had to go over to? T-Mobile. All right. And then I would imagine that these other cell phone carriers, too, see, they're all in cahoots with this bullshit. You see what I mean? This is why they want to charge. And this is why they want to charge you so much, man, the switching carriers and all that shit. You remember, Brother Che, when we went through that shit a couple of months? Yeah.
Yeah, we just came off of that shit. But yeah, it's like 5 months.
Yes, sir.
This clip, the whole interview was like almost 3 hours.
Right. So it took them all day to do this.
Just to not be good at what you do, not work hard at what you do, but have to act like you're the best at what you do. It is crazy. It's crazy.
But they be touring, they be doing like 100 shows a year.
That's me. I don't run into none of them.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. If you a Faison Love fan, you mean you've been a fan of him for 32 years, you still waiting on him to do his first special? You mean to tell me if Steve Harvey, your favorite comedian, you mean you've been waiting for him to do stand-up for 15 years now?
Damn.
I mean, Steve got a lot of other
DL's still out there. None of those irons matter to stand-up. Who cares that they wrote a placard for you to do Family Feud on? Like, you're successful because we're surprised you can talk for a living and it's entertaining that you're going to say some funny country things. But not a writer.
Right.
Not a writer.
When you got into stand-up, was crossing over, was doing TV, was doing movie, was that a part of it? You're like, okay, I'm doing stand-up. Okay, the next progression is TV movies.
Throughout the history of stand-up, sir. That's the goal for all of us. That's how it goes. That's why when you hear these dudes talking about, oh, I didn't want to be a movie star, you just know it's disingenuous. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Yeah, oh, no. I just wanted to do a game show.
Right.
What? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because I thought you did Mark Curry's show over after he had just done hanging with Mr. Cooper. Why would you do all of that man's stuff that he did on his show on yours and then do the dude's stand-up when you go on the road? And then you never put Mark Curry on your show or nothing. Like, if you don't say anything, these dudes will run over you. I don't know if you know how bullies operate.
I
but
do.
if you don't stand up for yourself, there really is nothing they won't do.
Right. Do you consider yourself a king of comedy? Where does Cat?
No, they consider that.
Oh,
like when after Bernie left, them same three guys I'm telling you about, the kings.
Yeah.
Right? Because DL is the greatest.
Yeah.
There's no DL slander gets tolerated. But they came to me. I was supposed to be the fourth king. I got the offer.
Then what happened?
But I turned it down.
Why?
Because you shit on Bernie. And I know the truth. You think I'm gonna let you shit on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king? Fuck you. Why? Because the whole time Bernie was here, you was acting like you was funnier than him. The reason you was supposed to go last is because it was your tour. Tell the truth. It was Steve's tour. Not it was gonna be called the Kings of Comedy. It was Steve's tour. These are the guys opening for him. Of course you gotta close if it's your tour. That's why it was such a big deal. But you couldn't do it because you can't beat the best. And until you humble yourself, you will forever be kinged by the king. And because you finally did it, because you had no other choice, and now that he gone, you gonna act like he wanted to be a movie star. You stop it. You stop it. That man was funnier than all of y'all, and y'all thought y'all had one over on him. You thought he was black and ugly, and you were good looking, and he couldn't make it because you did. And that ain't the way comedy works. The king is the funniest. Period. Every time. And that's why no audience member was ever swayed. It didn't matter where Bernie went. You think if Bernie went first, he wasn't the king? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get your ego out of this. You let the best be the best. Right?
Cat Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming on, bro. I really appreciate that. Thanks for sharing the
yeah, and rest in power to Bernie back there, because Bernie Mac was good.
Now you know they're gonna double back.
Yeah.
Impossible. Impossible. Only because if once you play this back, you'll realize I didn't say anything that made me look in a good light. I wasn't tearing down others to boost myself up. But I do have to acknowledge things that did not take place. Like, we're very ingenuous if we say this is not a game and we don't play it and people ain't in positions and people don't have their favorites and they group and they click.
Right.
Well, that happens in all businesses.
Right.
No. Say what side you on. Say why you don't like the other side. And then get to the game. But in the game, I'm wiping the field with them to the point where they don't even compete anymore. So how you gonna let a dude that been on the bench for 15 years, I would have beaten Jordan's ass. Shut up. Jordan is still alive. We'll call Jordan right now. You can't beat him now. Not then. You can't beat him now. Right.
Cat Williams.
That's how it ends.
I felt like he was proud of
and AMC is down there too with that bullshit. American Motion Picture Company, I believe, of what it is. And what Cat Williams there is speaking is the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
And he's not done, Shabaka. There's one more person I wanted to play a clip on. And that's Ludacris.
All right.
Chris, I was working at the Pepsi Center here in Denver, Colorado. He's gonna tell some truths about Ludacris. That's Quincy Jones' grandson.
Ludacris?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. And as you know, Quincy Jones was born in Chicago. He was a trumpet player. He used to do music scores in the 1960s. And Quincy is up there in age, and he married a woman who used to be on a TV series called The Mod Squad by the name of Peggy Lipton.
Yeah, so
I believe.
rapper Ludacris, that's his, what did I say he was? His uncle. No, not uncle, grandson.
Mm-hmm.
Are you related to Luda?
No, so there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person they said was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Cat Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife that's never done it. Remember I told you that if I say that, it applied to 7 people?
Yes.
It's part of what they give you. Okay? I didn't get it. I'm not mad about it.
How much money they give? 200?
Sir. Fast and Furious is on what number right
10.
now?
200 million. I might be getting me one of the more women look the same.
That's what they all end up saying at the end of the day. Kevin told you he wasn't going to wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you?
Both.
It's okay.
That hurt. That's your fault.
I added her so I could keep in contact with her mother.
You related to?
Because at the time, her mother didn't have a phone. Okay, so here we go. All right, Shabaka, what are your thoughts? He got one more about Dave Chappelle walking away.
Okay, what Mr. Williams is saying right there, based on the years that I've lived in Los Angeles, and as we all know, Hollywood is a section of the city of Los Angeles, he's pretty much right. Now, also, too, you got to remember the fact there's a whole lot that he's not telling you, but based on what he is telling you, just imagine of what he is not telling you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's because Hollywood is wild. I mean, you know, they're the movers and shakers. And I hope Harvey Weinstein, you know, gets all the time in jail what that bastard did out there, you know, to those women. You see what I mean? But keep in mind, you got a whole, as they call them, you got a whole lot of what they would call industry holes out there that we all know.
Bernie Mac was the funniest, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and Bernie Mac was the funniest king, but Bernie Mac played some serious roles too. You know what I'm saying? And he was real good, Bernie Mac, you know. And this is the thing that I admire about actors is when they do comedy roles and you laugh at them, man, and you fall down laughing. But then when they do the serious roles, man, and where they could do it good, see, that's when you really respect them. And this is why I appreciate Mr. Tyler Perry of his acting skills, but I really wish he would have played more roles like that of Alex Cross as opposed to this Madea stuff. You say, and Mr. Perry, if you're out there, I know that you're a big dude, man. You're tipping the scale at about 250. You're about 6'6", and hopefully, man, that your Tyler Perry Studios, man, will employ a lot of our people down there based in Atlanta, which is a stronghold of us. But Mr. Perry, make some films, man, that shows our glorious past. Mr. Perry, show some films to show of how we were the great engineers and the architects and what have you. And then also, too, ladies and gentlemen, we have to turn our backs on this illusion of inclusion is because, as you pointed out, Brother Che, you got 30,000 fucking immigrants here, migrants right here, man, and they getting more than we did. They getting more in a year than what we got in 400 years.
Yeah, but a little hoodie or something right there, wait. A little jacket.
And then too, And then there was the movie, I forgot the name of the movie, where Bernie Mac was really good, where he was the homeless guy. And it was filmed in Chicago, and everybody had laughed at Bernie Mac. And I forgot the name of that. And Mr. Irvin, if you could please, bring the name of that movie up. I forgot the name of the movie. But he was a homeless person right there. And I believe his name was Flip in the movie. And,
yeah. I'm talking, was it New Jack City?
Okay, was it New Jack City? No, I don't think it was New Jack City, Brother Che, because the movie was filmed in Chicago. I know that because Bernie Mac was from Chicago. And you had a whole lot of black talent that came out of Chicago. Bernie Mac, Curtis Mayfield, Sam Cooke, the Shylights, the Ebony Magazine, you know what I'm saying? Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Emotions, you know what I mean? You can go on and on. Yeah, the Marvelettes. You see what I'm saying? Is because the distance between Chicago to Motown, man, is just like going from San Francisco to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
If that far. And that trip is only 400 miles. Ask me how I know. I made it 1 million times. You know what I mean? Say, and really though, as our brother brought up, that brother Aleem had brought up, where he had made a post on Oscar Mashore, who was a black movie maker there in 1930s Hollywood. They stole a lot of his material. Same thing with the great Paul Robeson, of what they did to him. You see what I mean? When he did Emperor Jones, you see, and then there was another movie that they did called Cabin in the Sky. I didn't get a chance to see it. But then, of course, everybody remembers Stormy Weather with Lena Horne in 1947. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, in the 1940s, the 30s, 1940s, and 50s, they didn't allow black people to live in Hollywood. That's why they all had to go reside at a place on Central Avenue in Los Angeles, off of 44th and Central in Los Angeles, called the Dunbar Hotel. And they tore it down, and it really should have been made a historical landmark. You know what I'm saying? And Mr. Irvine, yes, sir. It was called the Dunbar Hotel, man. They had everybody that stayed there, man, from Sammy Davis Jr., man, to Billie Holiday, man, to Count Basie, Louis Armstrong, and the city of Los Angeles allowed it to be tore down, and that there was a historical landmark of Black Hollywood right there.
Yep. It sure was, Shabaka. All right, Lady Chet, what are your thoughts on the Cat Williams interview on Shannon Sharp show?
When I think about it,
yeah.
I mean, I like how Cat keeps checking him. I don't really. I mean, about Bernie Mac. I like Bernie Mac when I saw him on Jeff Comedy Jam when Jeff Comedy Jam came out. And I was a fan, then. So when he died, I shed tears. I didn't, so I thought it was pretty good. I didn't like how, I did like that he did roles. I mean, everything he did he was good in it, and so to people who like Bernie Mac, that shit is it's disheartening but that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. I say that's the way it goes because we see often how jealousy works. A motherfucker be chummy in his face, secretly jealous of you, and will go out their way to take advantage of a situation or lie on you or take your work, act like stirs, or mimic your shit and not give you no credit for it. So that's the way it goes with a lot of things, and it's sad because you think about the whites stealing from us. Same time, it's us doing it to each other, or you'll have one person with a lot of decency, and everybody continues to take from that one person, and then lie on her, or then always taking advantage of the situation. I think that whatever what Cat was saying was, certain places where you gotta you gotta conform or be broken into just to elevate. That shit ain't right. You know, that shit ain't right. Especially when a white man has to shit with a brother right in front of everybody. Like that shit's crazy. You know, it's a dangerous world for the black man. You know, also too with the whole Gary Owens thing. You know, if Gary Owens, he ain't this shit. You know, he's not really funny. You know, especially you like certain type of comedy. He's not really funny. But yeah, he hadn't got his ass in a dress. And even if he did, don't white motherfuckers that wear dresses, don't they make different money from black men that are forced to wear dresses to elevate, right? That's the question mark. I don't know statistical facts on that. But I didn't mean to say but. However, that right there is part of like in my mind I was like, well, you know, why did they put their ass in a motherfucking dress? They're the ones that put the gay agenda together, you know, making it like the gay manifesto, making it like a thing that they were going to do that the whites had intended to do to black men, to emasculate them or feminize them or whatever word was. I can't remember the word right now, the exact word for it. I'm thinking, but basically of the dignity that's undignified, you know. And just like yesterday when we was on the show, I didn't know that was a Muslim it's like a Muslim a robe for the men. I can't remember what it's actually called. But for men, but he threw on this weird ass, tight ass little blazer, shimmery shit, and he looked weird as fuck. He looked heavy and weird. Why did he do that? You know, because once he did that, he Billy Portered it. Yeah, you know, it became like he looking like trying to dress like a bitch. But if that's a Muslim thing, he's being masculine. Why the fuck would you do that?
Right.
And then walk around like it was a rip, you know what I mean? So for us, I didn't know. If you said yeah, it's Muslim, or I would have recognized it without the fucking shimmery ass blazer thing he had. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have never made a comment like that. Like, man, why are you wearing a dress? You're so heavy. You could have did that a long time ago. It's just because it's 2024 doesn't mean that you stop. I mean, like a lot of these people are my age or older, just a smidge older. I'm 40. I'm about to be 40. What? 44? Yeah, I forgot. Yes. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter.
44 April.
Yeah, so it doesn't even matter. I kind of actually fucking forgot. So I don't feel like I'm 44. But, you know, just a smidge older. So we've watched them, like, from baby boy up till now. Mm-hmm. And now it's the time you want to be weird.
Yeah.
Now you want to be extra. Now you want to be dramatic all the time. Now you want to be all up on the news, beefing with your bitch or not bitch, showing receipts, talking shit. You know what I mean? Like now you choose.
Yeah, pay that bro like $200,000 a week or some shit.
Yeah, but let's talk about like with Tyrese. Like now you choose to be like kind of messy.
Well, remember he was crying. Remember he was crying on one of them shows. He was crying on social media. Like,
yeah.
Who was this crying on social media?
Tyrese.
I think also too, like we're seeing a lot
of Tyrese Gibson, baby boy, yeah.
We're seeing a lot of weird shit with people that are older, men that are older. Like I just watched one thing with a dude from No Jumper talking shit to dolls, you know, like Sharp. Like, come on, Sharp, I didn't even think you were like that. Like you're just doing some weird shit. You know, just going off, ranting, throwing shit around. Like you see what I'm saying? There's something going on.
Oh,
obviously,
yeah, big time.
You know, with men, and if this is the way you don't want to go in a direction, why can't you just say that? Why is it so hard, and why are they forcing it so much? Because the wave of them is kind of dying down. I said it a long time ago. That's just the agenda. It's dying down now, you know. So, but it'll pick back up. It's like a bad, you know what I mean? 80s kid, bad. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm glad he said it. I'm glad to hear from a different voice than other than, like the Jaguar Wright shit. I feel like she's everywhere. Or, somebody else. Be like, damn, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know? Yeah. So I'm kind of glad to hear it from somebody different. Even though some of the shit we heard, some of it is already, we know, we just don't want to hear it. We haven't heard it in a while. So brand new and fresh. And the reaction from Shannon Sharp is great.
Yeah.
Because he acts like he's like scared and brand new. You know what I mean? So that's kind of neat. But other than that, that's all I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, so keep up the good work, Cat Williams. Every special
Absolutely.
it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I think I had the opportunity to see him in person. Or that might have been Mike Epps. But either way, he was hilarious.
Can you talk about my Epps?
No, but Mike Epps did a response to this. We got to move on to the next topic. So we need to stand like we stood with Dave Chappelle. We need to stand with Cat Williams.
No, absolutely. Because see, that's the only way. See, you got to solidify the power. And I do believe, Brother Che, that in the next few years, if black actors, entertainers pool their resources, they could start moving and shaking. But it's up to them. You say, and also too, we want to crumb bum on that Jeffrey Epstein freak.
Oh yeah, I meant to talk about him, but we did on the list on Shabaka's Black Experience.
Yeah, and Epstein's Island, you know what I'm saying? You know, the names are starting to unfold. It's going to get juicy, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see it. And any person that's going out there abusing children, particularly little girls, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about them.
Yeah.
That don't cut no mustard with me, and I'm standing on that square. No, you don't have a right to go out here and abuse a child because you got some wicked, warped ass drug influence, you know, psychotic, you know what I'm saying, philosophy about your stinking ass. No. And then of course,
just look at the Catholic Church. That's normal.
No, yeah. Well, all that there is unfolding. But it's very, very interesting. And like I said, and I've stated before, so I might get another suspension. But why do all these Europeans want to come up here and have sex with Africans, but then they hate us so much?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm an old bastard, you know what I'm saying? And 60 plus years I've been on this planet, I ain't found an answer. So hopefully somebody let me know before I check out. You know what I mean? I mean, it's sickening, black family. And black family, we got the juice. All we got to do is come together. All you simply got to do is simply bring them 5 digits together instead of turning on each other. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And look at the sacrifices that a lot of our people made just for that. And they don't even want our youth to know about them, you know. And I'm talking about you, Governor DeSantis, down there in Florida with your sick ass. You know what I mean? And then, too, with these Republicans, reptilians, or whatever what they is, my prediction is this. All 3 of them no good bastards you see up there, the dump as in human shit, Ron DeSantis with his ill woke ass, and then that Kyrie Irving, you could best believe they're all going to be in the same administration.
No,
you could believe. Nikki Haley, yeah, there you go. Thank you, Brother Chad. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on it right there. And 2024, ladies and gentlemen, we need our fucking tangibles.
That's right.
And we got to stand on that square. I mean, when you look at these, and then when you look at these pathetic ass motherfuckers like Tim Scott and Warlock and I just don't know what to say. I feel real sorry for those that made the ultimate sacrifice in the civil rights movement and the black empowerment era for equality to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? To see this shit, a dude shoving ketchup up the crack of his nasty, funky, stinking ass and talking about he's having a menstruational cycle. That is an insult to womanhood.
It was circulating on social media. I don't know if it was really doing that shit, but
Where is it circulating?
On Facebook.
Oh, I didn't see it. But I'm like, damn.
You gotta check my page out more often. But moving on right along, because I know Shabaka, you are creeping in. Mr. Sandman started creeping.
Yeah, he's starting to put some work in on me.
So we're gonna get on these Democrats once again.
Oh yes, sir.
And this time, Uncle Phil gonna break down the deceptive tactics.
Oh yeah. See what Uncle Phil got going on.
Democrats.
We ain't get no background noise, folks.
You left the goosey clock at the other place.
Yeah, you left that loud ass clock at the other spot. At your people's spot. Yeah, so the Democrats are trying to use dark psychology on Black Americans to vote for them in 2024. So Uncle Phil's going to break down what Black psychology is and the deceptive tactics and these Democrats use every election cycle.
Experience China before communism. The life-changing performance. Shen.
Give people time to get in the room. Just check in with everybody here. I'm not leaving the house when it's not putting.
So Acorn is a financial tech company. So I bought everyone's gifts today.
Food on the table, then it's a side quest to me. That's how I look at it. We need tangible things. Definitely
right.
We need money. But the part that I really want to focus on is more so the beginning, and he was saying about how the white liberal is going to basically be angry if Black people don't come out and vote to keep them comfortable. Well, what they practice, and I got to go up here to my other screen here. Give me a second. I'm not going to be able to review y'all comments for a little bit, but I just need to build for a time. What they're practicing is a term called dark psychology, okay? You can look up this term. You can research it yourself. I know some people had a question.
Oh, yeah, he was above the rim. That's right, Stevie. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Irvin. Yeah.
Dark psychology is the study of how people use psychological tactics to manipulate and control others. Now, it's relatively a new field that explores the darker aspects of human behavior, including manipulation, deceit, persuasion, coercion, and control. Gaslighting is definitely one of the things that they use as well. You know, the white supremacists is the kings and queens of gaslighting. So how does that relate to Black America and the 2024 election, and even what our brother had just finished talking about outside of the things that I just don't even get down with because it doesn't do anything for Black people, what he was talking about. Well, like I mentioned before, the abortion thing, the Black and brown, talking about the wall, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me at all. Trust me. Because they tell you, ooh, Trump get it back in there. Okay, Trump said that he gonna have the biggest deportation event in American history. It ain't got nothing to do with Black Americans.
Right.
I told y'all, my mantra to a lot of things is not my people, not my problem.
That's right.
I'm not worried about that because that's how other groups act with us. They don't care about us and what happened to us. They only care when it happens to them. Now, we want to go through some of the things and the tactics they use. So the first one, manipulative negotiation techniques, okay? Now, in this approach, individuals use manipulation to gain an advantage during negotiations. This may involve using emotional tactics. What's an emotional tactic? Your ancestors died so you can vote. An emotional tactic.
Yeah.
False information. What is false information? The Georgia voting law, that's like Jim Crow all over again. And then when you look into the Georgia voting law, it was nothing like Jim Crow, right? Or strategic deception to achieve their goals. What is strategic deception? The shield.
That's sweet.
Using somebody Black to parrot their information because they're using somebody Black to deceive you. That's the con. Because if they use themselves, then it may not work. Or another strategic deception is, well, if you don't vote, the Republicans get your vote. No, You didn't get my vote. The Republicans didn't get my vote either. Nobody got it. It doesn't mean if I don't vote for you, it goes to them. That is a strategic deception. What is another great strategic deception? Vote blue no matter who.
Oh man.
Why are you telling me to vote blue no matter who? So if Satan himself was on the ballot, just because he's a Democrat, I'm supposed to vote for Satan himself? Because he's a Democrat. That's all it takes for you to vote for evil. Like if freaking Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, or anybody else was on the ballot, just because they
Oh
Democrat,
yeah,
vote
them
for
some
them,
sick
right?
motherfuckers. Yeah.
Let's give an example. Let's say, for instance, imagine a car salesman who falsely claims that another buyer is interested in the same vehicle you're considering, pressuring you into making a quick decision. Now, do they pressure you all the time about voting Democrat? How many times have you said, you know what, I just kind of want to see the issues. I want to see who's on both sides, right? Who's on both sides? I may not like now one of y'all. No. You gotta vote. You gotta vote. Here's your T-shirt to vote. Get your I voted sticker. They always do this mess. Okay, so that's just one aspect of dark psychology. What is the next aspect here of dark psychology? And one of the big ones they use on black people, I think more than anything else, the guilt trip power move. Make sure you're writing this down. Now, dark psychologists, a lot of the Democrats or Democrat shields, employ this sympathy play to make people feel guilty, compelling them to do what the manipulator desires. The technique exploits emotions to achieve their objectives. A classic example is someone who plays on your emotions, making you feel responsible for their unhappiness to get what they want. Classic example of what that brother was just talking about. And I'll stop right there just to go back here to my comments here and just kind of look at what y'all talking about. What that brother was talking about was the guilt trip power move more than anything, and they use that one more than anything else. Now, Black Americans aren't the only people that can vote in this country. White Americans can vote, Hispanic, Asian, Arab, Native American, whoever group you want to talk about can vote in elections. But they only want to guilt trip Black Americans about voting because your ancestors died. What they'll use to make you feel guilty, they'll put a bunch of pictures up of them getting holes with the water hoses, the dogs biting them. Oh, they're showing you images of Martin Luther King and
Yeah, that was some foul
Rosa
shit.
Parks, and they'll show all these
I met
images
Rosa
to you
Parks.
to guilt you.
Yeah, you told me that.
You can't do that to, because other groups didn't have to fight for no voting rights or anything like that, like Black people.
Right.
So that is the perfect ploy to do this to Black Americans. And that has worked for a long
Man, these cats in these commercials.
time. It has worked.
Yeah, it's because he got on the wrong side.
Of Black Americans
Check my check.
say that don't work no more.
That's how it works.
And that's the problem.
That's
the problem.
No,
they can't
that's not what
use
happened.
their dark psychology with the guilt trip power move on you no more. When you hear anybody tell you your ancestors died, understand they're using dark psychology against you. And who they're using it for? The Democrat Party. All these Democrat shields, Boulay Martin in the game, and all the ones with him, he's using dark psychology and manipulation and gaslighting, all dark psychology, to get you to go out and vote Democrat. Because he never can tell you a concrete policy. He never can say, hey, we vote for Democrats, so reparations. We're going to get cash payment reparations. We're going to get this anti-Black hate crime bill. It's never about what the Democrats are going to do for Black Americans. It's always, let's use the guilt trip power move as a form of dark psychology against Black Americans. But then after we are conned and manipulated, we feel stupid, because anytime you're conned, manipulated, finessed, you're going to feel stupid in the end, and you're going to get angry. Because that same group of people never goes to whites and any other group and try to do the same thing to them. They bring them tangibles. You understand? They understand if I don't bring them tangibles, they're not going to vote for me, especially the white community. They're not going to vote.
Exactly.
I told you before, the reason why Black America is in the condition that it's in is just not white supremacy, no matter what form you want to talk about it. It is these black folk, okay, that's using dark psychology against you to bring you to the feet of the Democrat Party.
Mm-hmm.
Your Jasmine Crockett's out there,
Oh my God.
Boule Martin, Tamika Mallory, and
yes,
and all them type of
Jeff
people. You
Bart,
can name them all. You know who they are. I ain't got to name them people. I'm only just speaking to people that had the biggest mouths. And some people say, you mentioned Boule Martin a lot. Yeah, because his mouth is loud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to mention the loud mouths a little bit more than others. Some people not as loud as others, right? If you're sitting up there paying attention to anything that he has to say at this point, you want to be conned. That's how I look at it. There's way too much information. We have too much history. Even Boule Martin can't even deliver a vote for Democrats in Louisiana. Nobody showed up. You know why nobody showed up? Because Black America has woke up to the dark psychology. They have not allowed them to play that no more. They say, oh, no. This is a business transaction. Understand? It's like me. I'm not going to sit down with anybody talking about, Phil, let's do some business. And I sit down with them and I give them everything and it's nothing in return for me. Nobody will make that kind of business arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you make that business arrangement with a politician or a political party?
Right.
Well, the reason why you've been doing it for so long is the dark psychology method of guilt trip power move. Let me guilt trip you about your ancestors. Show you these images to garner feelings of emotion and sadness and feel like I'm going to let those people down. Those people, look, regardless of what you say, the majority of them people not here anymore, and the few that is here, they older and comfortable. Okay, let's call it what it is. The majority of people that you've seen in them pictures, Martin isn't here anymore, Malcolm isn't here anymore, Rosa Parks isn't here anymore, Medgar Evers isn't here anymore. You can just name people, all these leaders that we talk about. They're not here. And I don't think they will be telling us today, go out and vote for no reason. I don't think they will tell us that.
Hell no.
They want us to have some sort of tangibles. Now, I'm looking at this comment. It says the majority of Black women will vote for Biden way off code. Well,
where they're looking at. Okay. Well, I've done this before, so where they're looking.
I will say that there's a good amount of Black women that are sick and tired, though. That's what you don't know. There's a Black women that I've talked to that even said, I know this is gonna scare y'all. I know, because y'all, they even Black women talking about they'll vote for Trump. Oh my God, Phil said that? Yes, there's some Black women that will vote for Trump, especially your Black women of upward mobility, especially your Black women who are business owners, or your Black women who's making high income. Oh yeah, there are Black women that vote Republican and don't say anything. They better not say anything, because this community will ostracize you if you do that. And it's not that these Black women love the Republican Party like that. They don't. It's not that they support Trump and all their antics. They don't. But they support the policies that will keep money in their back pocket that they work for. Because you work for all this stuff you work for as a Black person coming from the bottom, and then you get up higher and realize how much, if you don't have someone to advocate against just taxing you to death, right, for your hard work, the Democrats believe in taxing folks.
Yep.
That's all they believe in.
Yep.
So there's a lot of Black women that's making a lot of money now. Do you think those Black women want to give up their money to freaking taxes so Biden go give it to the migrants?
Hell no.
Taking Black women's money and giving it to them.
Yeah.
Y'all better get out of that. Not all Black women is on social programs.
Right.
Please. Move around. Get out your neighborhood. Not all Black women live like that. Man, trust me, I see Black women all the time doing very well in society. These Black women drive all kind of cars. They had their hair laid, the nails is fixed, everything they got going on. Folks rolling their eyes at them.
Yep, that's nice to see too.
And they want to keep their money in their back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Those same black women don't like when they hear that Biden is sitting up here want to send $80 billion to the freaking IRS.
Mm-hmm.
When they could have sent $80 billion to reparations.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. So please don't put it all on black women, sir.
Right.
But let's you know what? One person said Trump and Biden both suck. I don't care if they both suck. I don't care.
Right.
See, in black women and black men know what I'm talking about. In business, it's not about if you like the person or not. I can care less. All I care about is what I'm gonna get out of you.
Nothing personal. It's business.
What I got going on. And the black
right
will be concerned about what we're gonna get out of the deal.
Yeah.
No, I don't care about nobody's personality. I don't have to live with you.
Right.
You don't live with Trump. You don't live with Biden. You don't live with nobody. All you should care about is their policies. Is it going to help you or hurt you? That's it. That's it. I don't care about nobody's color. Don't care. I don't care about nobody's gender. I don't care about nobody's sexual orientation. I don't care.
Right.
All I care about is this. What are you going to do for my community?
Right.
How is it going to benefit us in any way, shape, or form? That's all I care about at this point. That's when you get to the point of political maturity.
Right.
But let's continue. So the next step is social scalping. Now they say dark psychologists exaggerate their contributions and favors to others to accumulate social exchange credits beyond what they deserve. They say this exploits the I'm getting tongue-tied today. This exploits the reciprocity principle, making it difficult for others to refuse their request. For instance, a colleague may remind you of every small favor they've done for you, making you feel obligated to do more in return. Now, don't that sound like the Democrat Party?
Yeah.
Well, you know, we support reparations, you know, and you wouldn't get reparations if we don't support it. So you better come vote for us, because those Republicans, you know what they're going to do to you. Hey, we talk about diversity, equity, inclusion programs. Those Republicans, you see, they're trying to take it away. So you better come vote for us. And then when you start studying what diversity, equity, and inclusion programs are, do you know diversity, equity, inclusion is just a remix of affirmative action?
Yep.
Now,
that's
let's talk
exactly
about that
what
for a
it
minute.
is.
Because I've seen some people tell me about, well, Phil, the Republicans going to take the DEI programs away. Do you know who DEI programs benefit the most?
White women.
Do you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a small hint. It's not Black American. Just like affirmative action didn't benefit Black Americans like that.
Right.
Who was the number one beneficiary of affirmative action?
White women.
They are the
White
number one
women.
beneficiary of diversity, equity, inclusion programs too.
White
Who was
women.
that group of people
White
that benefit the
White
most
women.
in their gender?
Yeah.
Who?
Okay, Becky.
I'll
White
wait.
woman.
Y'all tell me. I'll wait in the chat.
Becky.
Who is the most
So,
beneficial
parents.
in diversity, equity, inclusion programs? Who?
Susan.
Oh, there you go. Kip DR.
You want to be great? You need to sacrifice.
Sam
Spade.
Said it. White women. No, not white people. Not white men. Nope. White women. White women hold more positions with DEI programs, diversity, equity, inclusion programs. Not Black women, not Black men, not Black people. White women. Y'all Black folks are still fighting for DEI, but yet you're fighting for Becky to be using you to get ahead. Well, she didn't get bit by dogs.
Yep.
She wasn't on no tree. She didn't go through what you went through.
Nope.
Matter of fact, if you read the book, they were her property. 40% of the slaves in America during slavery were owned by the same women that's benefiting from DEI programs. So I don't care if the Republicans take it away. Just like I said about affirmative action. Take it away. It's not benefiting Black Americans anyway. Dr. Carl Anderson told us that too, long time ago. Affirmative action don't benefit Black folks. It don't. So why are you fighting for something that benefit the group of people that's always finesse things to stay ahead?
Yeah.
Now,
no woman tell white.
The original affirmative action was supposed to benefit us, but they finessed it and changed it so their women can worm their way in and take the benefits that belong to us and funnel it right back to their community. Because those women are going home to their men. So they get the benefits of white supremacy and the benefits of DEI, affirmative action. So the reason why their men is upset with them is because their men can only benefit from white supremacy, but they can't come double dip in the DEI affirmative action program. That's really what the so their men is like, well, we're gonna get rid of it because they can't double dip. You understand what I'm saying? But their women can double dip. So y'all stop defending DEI programs.
Right.
Actually listen to even other black women tell you about that. They'll tell you in the end, there's more of them leading DEI than black women is. So I'll say let it go. If it's not benefiting my people, let it go.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the situation with the Asian Americans. They thought that they was going to try to hurt us about affirmative action. They ended up turning right back on them. Now the folks could benefit with the legacy admissions.
Marys.
Yeah, Vroom. Yeah, the white men and the white women. Look, they could fight all day. Not my people, not my problem.
Exactly.
And that's the mantra y'all need to keep in 2024. Not my people, not my problem. I'm gonna focus on what we got going on because we got plenty of business that we need to be tending to. We get involved in everybody's crap. And you're talking about Juliana Margulies, right? She mad because we won't get involved in something that has nothing to do with Black America. I said that a long time ago. If it has nothing to do with Black America, if it has nothing to do with the African diaspora, I'm not involved with it.
Right.
Now, if it's an individual from another community that showed themselves as a true ally of the Black community, I'll support that individual. No matter what community they come from, I'll support that individual. Not their group, that individual. Okay? That's why I'm at with it.
Okay.
I don't have time to be worrying about other issues and problems that's not my own.
Right. Isn't that what we always say, Shabaka?
We got reparations we're trying to get. We're trying to deal with gentrification. All over the world, we're trying to deal with that, right? I'm talking about in Black areas.
Right. This spent too much.
You got to worry about education, safety. What's going on in the Congo? We got so many different things that we could talk about. We don't have time for that.
He's right.
They ain't never really gave
somebody talking about RFK. Listen, the moment RFK said he didn't agree with cash payment reparations, I'm like, done with him. I don't want to hear you.
It's only
how I feel about reparations.
They're
is how
what are you trying to be inclusive.
The folks feel about the Second Amendment.
Like when Black Lives
Matter. If they hear any politician say they're against the Second Amendment, say, I don't want to hear you.
Right.
And that's why I'm at with it. If you're not talking about cash payment reparations, don't want to hear you.
And then they get scared.
Listen, you need my vote. I don't need you. Y'all need to understand, tell them politicians that. You need my vote. I don't need you. I work every day. I'm feeding my family without you.
Right.
I don't need you.
About whatever fucking affects their children.
You the one coming around asking for a vote.
Making noise.
I'm not.
Up their face and shit.
I don't have to waste my gas, all my time voting for you. So if I'm gonna do it, I got to get something out the deal.
White lives matter. White tears matter. You said white lives matter.
And Black folks, stop with all that. Oh, black and brown folks. No.
That's just
even so-called brown people don't call themselves brown. Some of them do, but not all.
That's what I said.
But their issues are their issues. We don't have no expertise in their issues. We need to refocus on Black issues.
That's what I said.
It doesn't mean we hate people. No, we don't. Hey, you going through a problem? Hey, I'm praying for you. Hope y'all figure that out.
Okay.
But we need to focus our energy into what Black folks got going on. Because when other groups of people get tangible resources, they don't say, hey, what about my Black brothers and sisters here? What about Black? Look, the Asian community, right? When they got that COVID-19 bill, they didn't say, hey, wait a minute. What about the Black community? The Black community been going through it for a long time, so shouldn't they be added to this bill? What was Representative Grace Ming and all of them, right? She didn't say, hey, what about the Black people? It should be the Asian and Black hate crime bill. No, They have proven that time and time again. When they get access to any kind of protection or resources, they never look out for their black brothers and sisters. But when they have a problem, all of a sudden, hey, we marginalized like you guys. We're minorities.
And
Hold hands.
And brown, black.
Look how racist white people are.
Yeah.
Until they get something, then all of a sudden they like, oh, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and go to work. Huh?
We need them.
So
They
we woke up to the finesse. That's all.
Like
Right? Yes, quid pro quo.
Yep.
Quid pro quo. Right. So I'll check you out what y'all saying. Let me get back to my screen here. I'm looking at it. So let's talk about another aspect, and we have seen this a lot. The Democrats believe in this more than anything else. Another tactic of dark psychology is suppressing dissent.
Black school turned into a white school. So now to fix it.
Now they say leaders may discredit or dismiss dissenting opinions within the group, ensuring members remain loyal to the group's commands and beliefs. This could involve labeling dissenters as traitors or outsiders.
Where will they take care of them?
Now, how does that work?
Still.
Well, they believe in deplatforming people that really went at them, or what they don't label you a traitor, they label you conspiracy theorist. That's what they label you, right?
Yep, extremists.
Now I know
BIEs.
Alex Jones, and we know who he is. He said some craziness, but some of the things Alex Jones said actually happened. I mean, he called it years ago. I was like, wow, that actually happened. Alex Jones is actually right. And he was the one I could say they went after big time. Was the Alex Jones.
$1 billion.
And they were so upset that Alex Jones got back on X, or formerly known as Twitter.
See?
Oh, they was upset.
Nobody believed me.
Because
Like he's
that's what they believe. They don't want their ideas challenged in any kind of way.
But he was actually right.
I'm looking at Mini Mike here. So you're getting a Democrat tears mug.
Right, twice.
Bowling Ball Martin tears because it's going to be a sad Democrat in 2024. Even Walker versus Warnock was close. Yeah, Herschel doggone Walker almost beat Warnock.
Oh my God.
He had everybody. He had to have Obama and everybody else come out for him.
Yes.
If they'd have let Warnock just run this campaign, Herschel Walker would have won.
Right.
Herschel doggone Walker would have won that state. It was that close.
That shit was mad.
So, black folks right now, and how sour they are on the Democrat Party, but they don't like to be challenged. They really don't. They want to just have you be quiet, don't say nothing. They don't want to say nothing to leave up the black people because
it felt like
you may not be a Democrat shield per se, but you also, some of you who could even come in that chat, could be you trying to use dark psychology on others, trying to say, oh, you're a Republican. That's something else they use. It's a form of gaslighting, which is dark psychology. They're trying to get you to get defensive about being a Republican.
It's a plot.
Right? Because in the black community, being a Republican is a sin. Even though it's not in the Bible. But being a Republican is a sin. When they come up to you and tell you, oh, you're just a Republican, you know what you say, so what? If I was, what you gonna do about it?
Yeah, what you gonna do about it?
Right.
If I was, what you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
If I want to go vote Republican, I'll go vote for him.
That's
I'm
my
not gonna do nothing about it but complain.
I don't know. I should say value.
Don't ever let them get you in a the best
recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available.
The way to deal with the dark psychology is hit it hard with truth. Truth is always the best defense, and coming at people when they're coming at you, right?
Because last 60 years,
it's simple answers. You talking about Republicans? What they gonna do for black people?
No matter who.
What they gonna do for black people? Well, at this point, the same thing Democrats are doing for black people.
Nothing.
Right.
What's the next thing you're gonna say? Well, at least Democrats, they support, diversity, and you see they support Asians and blacks and LGBT and all that.
Countermands our progress.
Yes, but those black people can't advocate for black people. They have to be black faces continuing white supremacy.
Black Americans.
They can't do nothing for black people other than they can just get a check.
Studies.
They have to be a good boy and good girl.
You
know what I'm saying? They can't go out and do nothing for the people. We got all these black folks have the most political representation outside of white people in this country. Black people do. And out of all that political capital that we have, right, we haven't moved the needle on nothing. Our home ownership rate is only 1.5% higher than it was during the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
But yet we got all these black politicians and our home ownership rate is in the toilet.
Yep.
If black Americans could buy homes, that is an asset. That is something you can even pass down to your children.
Yeah.
You want to get some sort of land and property.
Yeah, my brother told me something crazy.
That you could pass down, or you could sell it and get a bigger home, etc. Real estate is a big thing for black Americans to have. Black Americans rent more because we're not getting qualified for homes. And that can be easily done without even Congress. See, if the Democrats actually cared about black Americans, right, and they really wanted to prove something, Biden could go through the FHA and make it literally so easy for black folks to get a home. He can. One thing Biden could do if he really wanted to help black Americans, he could say this: I'm going to reduce the down payment for FHA, and I'm going to reduce the percentage of debt to income ratio. Those two guidelines. Let's say if they reduce the down payment to 1.5%, 1%, and debt to income ratio due to the economy, let's lower it down to 25%. That's the most you can have is 25% on debt to income. That alone would actually help black Americans. That alone. See, I'm not even the president, and I came up with a solution that Biden, if he wanted to, could do today. He don't need approval of Congress to do anything I'm saying. Don't let them lie to you and say, well, only Congress can fix. Man, that's a lie. Just like the FDA, Biden can go over there tomorrow and say, hey, all the foods on the shelf, they can't have no food dyes, no nothing. They can't have that. All that excessive salt and sugar, they gotta go. Regulations come in. Matter of fact, all the food on the shelf gotta be organic. It can't be processed. And if it is processed, it's gonna be minimally processed, not complete processed. If he really cared about the country and the people, he can do it. If you don't want to give me reparations right now, go do what I said about FHA and get people from renting to owning. Like our grandparents own their home. Our grandparents didn't rent anything; they owned.
Just regular junk.
You're right, JMC Clinton 8. The Dems could help us with discrimination in jobs, banking, housing, education, etc. And this country would be so much better, and they won't. It's true. America lose trillions of dollars a year due to racism. They can regulate the banking industry through the Consumer Protection Financial Bureau. Biden could go in and make them audit the banks. Say, hey, I want all these banks audited to see what business loans and home loans, how many they giving to whoever. And if we see this big disparity, we're going to go through their books and find out why. Why they reject it. And if they are rejecting based on discrimination, we're going to hit them with so much fines that they're not going to be able to get out of it. You threaten them and say, look, we find out you discriminating, you got to pay $1 trillion in fines. $1 trillion. Oh, the banks would be nervous if they heard that. They'd be scrambling to give black folks a home loan so they don't get in trouble.
Solid black person in there, dude. I don't think there is any. Hey, you talk to.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of always manipulating black folk through dark psychology to vote for you, do something for black folk. And that way, black folk will actually come out. Now, listen, do you remember Biden had that Lift Every Voice plan? Do you remember that? I read that plan completely. He said that he was going to provide $15,000 down payment assistance for homes. All his administration, he ain't put down no program to do $15,000 down payment assistance. He can easily do it through the FHA program.
Codified 24/7.
And he hasn't done it.
Just look at that shit with the stuff.
So I don't want to hear talk about what the Democrats can't do and the Republicans, oh, they blocking this, they blocking that. It's a lot the president can do. A lot. Hell, when Trump got in office,
What he said, no,
day one, Trump went to doing things. And then what a lot of black people say, like, what? Look at what Trump did. He did that quick. Why freaking Obama didn't do that? He was always talking about Congress won't let me do this, Congress won't let me do that, and then Trump get in there just doing things. All we heard was excuses from Obama. And I saw some of y'all yesterday in the chat or after the fact. You can't be talking about Obama. Yes, I can. He's the greatest failure.
Who wants to like try to get on their bed and this motherfucking heavy ass Timberlands on? Like, come on, man. I'm sorry, man. Anyway, back to the let me turn this down a little bit. I had it all set up, and when he came and sat down, he kind of messed my little thing up right here. I got a little mic set up and stuff, so it looks all crazy. Dude, Jesus. All right, let me fix this real fast. Yeah, they don't let me have shit, so I don't get no passes. So when we talk about like the premium package or pay for, I know, right? So it's kind of dysfunctional, Steve. But black love, man. That's how we love each other. No, real shit. It's how we love each other. Nah, man. Like it's just when he's here from the Black House, look, but like that's the laundromat light. Look, watch this one. That's the laundromat light. Remember, Smiley's had the fucked up light. Oh, yeah. Are you from? You're not from Colorado, or are you from Colorado? Denver. Yeah, they had this long. They crushed it. They destroyed it, but it was a long ass motherfucking laundromat. Been there for a motherfucking million years. And it was like that's a laundry light. Man, it's right there, right off the East Coast before downtown. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like, I would say everybody that's downtown fucking off would be in there fucking off. You know what I mean? And I see, like kicking it, doing drugs, drinking, and barely doing laundry. But they've been there for a minute, and it's supposed to be like a landmark. Well, they should have kept it as a landmark because it's been there. But they, like everything, they gentrified and they crushed that motherfucker. They said they were going to put housing there. They never did shit with it. I don't think they ever did anything with it. Or they don't, I didn't think they put housing there. They started just gentrifying more east, getting east versus downtown, which was already starting to like look like the way it looked. That was because of the large one. But yeah. When I came over here, I sat down and he had it all. You saw how I was. Yesterday, I was doing the show like this. He said, it's too dark. But I have a congestive heart, active, my heart's in active failure. So, fucking got a migraine. And, yeah, I look pale. Vampire light. No, yeah. No, I've come from LA, so I can dig it. And when I got over here, I was like, God damn, man. Chairs all high. You know what I mean? Like smoked on my squares. Yeah. But when I visually the year in the back, I was like, went to the restaurant, came back, he jacked the chair. So that's why he had fucking commercials. But I fixed it like immediately. As soon as I sat down, I fixed it. I fixed it. I was telling him how to fix it too. And he want to listen to me. I'm cheap because I don't have no money. And so when I do pay for something,